This week on Bros, Bibles, and Beer.
This isn't about like you need to get married and have kids to combat the Muslims. There's a lot of that. And
It's identifying what idols you hold in your life, and specifically like the most important one.
chosen castration to eliminate all distractions because then they could focus on doing kingdom work. I say skibbity away.
Grammarians, where are you? That's how they did it. Yes.
Yeah, Google it.
Friday.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Black Friday. Hey, we're podcasting again.
Oh my gosh,
we're doing it.
It's been a minute.
It feels good. And now I'm worried because I've got to try to hold the microphone and pour a beer at the same time.
You got a team member.
Friends together, pouring beers, making it less foamy. That's soon to be on my new Spotify singles channel.
Oh, that is clear.
Isn't that nice? Los Molinos Beer Company. This is Chancho, which is, I think, the sub-sidekick character, orphan kid in Nacho Libre.
I feel it nice. Is this cultural appropriation? Are we allowed to drink this?
I don't know if Los Molinos local beer company in San Clemente, California is, I don't know if has any Latinos who are running it, but it is good beer. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Still working on that old fashioned you made me. Thank you.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
There's an elephant in the room. Or should we
Not
say
in the room.
There's an elephant not in the room.
Oh, man.
A metaphorical elephant, a physical human. But Jeff is not here tonight. He is he's doing some coaching, football coaching with his son. And also one of the other coaches is a former Super Bowl champion. Is it Dennis Pitta?
I don't know.
Dennis Pitta? I think it's
don't know.
Pitta from Baltimore Ravens.
I don't follow the foosball as much.
Is the offensive coordinator for his son's football team. And so Jeff is fanboying out.
They're like 7th grade, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they take it seriously. Like they're memorizing a playbook, like NFL plays.
How many Omahas are said per game, do you think?
I don't know. 1.5 at least. But what's wild about sports around here, just in the country in general, is taken so seriously. Literally, they're teaching kids NFL plays.
Yeah.
I think my conspiracy theory is on the off chance that like 0.5% of one of these kids will end up going on to college and being like in D1 or something, and they'll already have like the NFL play. It's just like feeding the system, feeding everything back into the NFL. Because what's bigger than the NFL? I mean, the flag football, everything is the same thing.
WNBA. Slightly above.
Is slightly above.
NFL. WNBA. Let her cook.
As long as things are being thrown on the court and there's fights.
Did I send you that? There's a Gatorade campaign.
No.
You've heard the phrase "let him cook,"
yes.
Which is a reference to Breaking Bad.
Oh my God, yeah.
And they tried to do Gatorade did a let her cook.
Get back in the kitchen.
It feels like you needed one other voice in the room to be like, hey, maybe there's a second meaning to that.
We're just crawling out from the hole of where women have to just be in the home. Well, according to some people. Some people are still stuck there, but...
Or they want to be there.
Yeah, and that's okay.
But let her cook. When I saw that, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of like in a church situation, you need one Christian degenerate.
Yeah.
At least not necessarily on staff or on the board, but like sort of an advisory position. So
maybe we shouldn't do that worship song that says, I want to feel you deep inside me.
Yeah. Yes. Have your way with me, Lord. Bless their hearts when there's an innocence to it and a genuineness to it, but I am not mature enough to let that go without like.
There's a version where you can ruin everything, and I feel like I could probably ruin everything if I wanted to.
Deconstruction is easy.
Not even deconstruction, just
like tearing anything down.
Yeah.
Picking apart.
I guess that kind of deconstruction.
Yeah, good clarity.
That could happen. But what were we talking about?
Oh,
Jeff's
I mentioned
not here.
Jeff's not here. Just you and I, single shot, keeping it simple. It's classy, it's good. And everyone's schedules have just been nuts, so we haven't recorded in a while, but
it's been nice to enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
sit back, enjoy the summer. And I think we've had the most temperate summer in recent memory.
Yes, it's been foggy as all get out, and we went from May gray, June gloom, no sky, July, and now we're almost to September, and it's still foggy in the morning. August. All right, well, that's some hot weather talk. That's what we're known for. Speaking of Jeff, do you remember once upon a time he mentioned the word skibbity and how his students were using skibbity, and they're calling him Skibbity Jeff? And he didn't know how to articulate it. He just knew it was a word everyone was saying. This is from Relevant Magazine. I'm kind of springing this on you.
All right.
Skibbity, Delulu, and Luke. I think it's look. It might be look. This is my boomer moment right here.
How's it spelled?
Lewk. It looks like Luke.
That sounds like Luke.
Have officially been added to the Cambridge Dictionary. I'm going to need my spectacles for
British?
this.
Cambridge Dictionary. Does that even count for us? That's European. As Americans, do we have to subscribe to that?
I don't know, but I think it means our kids are going to stop saying those words now. Now that boomers like us, we're not boomers, but essentially, they added more than 6,000 new words this year. Your TikTok feed, it looks like more like a TikTok feed than an English class syllabus.
6,000? Come on.
So skibbity, for the uninitiated, comes from the skibbity toilet meme, a YouTube fever dream where human heads pop out of toilets and scream. The word itself is verbal glitter, meaningless, messy, and stuck to everything. Its new official definition, something good or bad, depending on context. So
it could be good or bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
I mean, is that like meaning sarcasm? Sarcasm.
When sarcasm hurts you, you get scarcasm.
Sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's been too sarcastic with me.
Delulu, shorthand for delusional. I like that one. I'm going to start using that. And my parents, my sisters, my daughters. What would Freud say? My daughters are going to roll their eyes. I still use cap and no cap, and because I know they're not using it anymore. So then they hate me for it.
But in the 90s, that was a phrase for making fun of somebody. You're capping on them. Do you remember that?
Oh, interesting.
Remember?
And yes.
Member?
Do you remember?
Do you remember? Do you remember Nother?
Nother. People still use Nother. I think that got added to the dictionary because it got used so much. Just like George W. Bush saying nuclear.
Nuclear.
That's now an accepted.
Oh, it's okay to say that?
Yeah, it's official.
What?
But that's how language. It's weird. Language is ever evolving, and a word means only what is accepted by enough people to mean. So
reality has to exist somewhere.
I say skibbity away.
Grammarians, where are you?
But Delulu is
delusional.
First spread through K-pop fandoms to describe parasocial crushes. Now it's mainstream label for any moment where optimism is louder than reality.
I don't know. What was that again?
I don't know. Parasocial crushes.
What's a parasocial crush? Is like two social crushes.
Yeah.
Pair of them?
Nice. And then Luke, spelled like Luke. So if I'm not saying that right, whatever.
Leuk
isn't just a look; it's a look.
Look.
The kind of outfit that announces itself before you do. The curated vibe that says, "Yes, I practice this in the mirror."
I heard a new one the other day.
Yeah.
6'7", but it's said this way: 6'7".
Okay.
I don't know what it meant. I don't know what it means.
Comment below. Let us know what it means.
If you know what it means, tell us.
It means you're like a 6'7" working on getting to an 8.
Or someone is 6'7". I don't know.
Yeah. I love it.
I feel like it's probably not good, and that's why the kids like to say it. It means something that's sketchy.
Tradwife is also now an official word according to the Cambridge Dictionary.
One word?
Yep.
Or just a phrase?
One word, tradwife.
Oh, it's single word, tradwife.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, wow. Well, that could be viewed as positive or negative.
The times are changing, man.
Yeah, women can do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. So there you go, Jeff. Skibbity on the football field. Skibbity slant pattern. Your slant pattern was
Skibbity Omaha is we're looking for that play to be called Skibbity Omaha.
Oh my gosh.
Was the last time that we recorded, was it the outdoor episode?
I don't
was.
know, maybe.
It was. We did the outdoor episode last time. Wow, it's been a while.
It has been a while. What was I going to say?
I'm not trying to circle back.
No, that's okay.
We were talking about a couple things this week over. I sent you a couple of messages about these two concepts that came up. So Jefferson Fisher is a podcaster and author, and he talks about communication stuff. Sorry, I'll talk to you. I'm talking like I'm talking to the audience.
I forgive you.
I know. Anyway, I thought it would be interesting for us to talk about the concept that came up when he was getting interviewed, which was, it was mentioned to think about identifying the things in your life, not just the things that you desire, but what you desire to desire. And I was taking the dog for a walk, and that's when I sent you that message. And I can't remember if I even told you what it struck in me, but if I did, and if I didn't, doesn't matter. I'll mention it.
Can you break down his definition? Sorry, I'm not holding my mic.
Yeah. So the definition of what you desire is pretty obvious, right? That's anything that you are seeking after and care about, whatever. It feels dumb to try to define that. But the idea of the things that you desire to desire, things that you wish you wanted or you wish you had, this is my definition, the things that you wish that you had the desire to go after, at least enough to pursue them and do or achieve those things. And so, like, for me, immediately, the stuff that came to mind was, I don't know, it like attached with some level of guilt. I don't read my Bible enough. I wish I had the desire to desire that more. I don't think I pray enough. I wish I had the desire to desire that more. I thought about going to the gym. I have mixed feelings about that. I feel good when I'm done, but it's not like
You never like desire to do it.
I'm like, yeah, just can't wait to hurry up and get to the gym. I don't have that feeling, but those are things that like struck me right away. I was like, gosh, I wish I could have that. And then I've heard this a few times before because it's usually like related to discipline. Well, let me back up a minute. When I thought of those things, immediately I thought of people that I know who do have those desires. And I felt like, oh man,
should I desire their desires?
They're better than me.
Oh, okay.
Like I did the instant comparison. You're better than me because you desire those things and you're following through on it and you seem passionate about it and it's a good thing. It feels like it's objectively a cool thing and good thing for you. And I don't have that. And I wish that I had that. And then the second thing that I did. So Gemini Google's ChatGPT.
Not a human named Jim and I.
Jim and I decided to go out.
What does Jim desire, Andy?
I had my AirPods on. I'm walking the dog, and I pulled up live mode in Gemini, which you can just voice chat with.
Which is weird, and it works oddly enough.
Yeah. So just imagine, like, you have your Alexa device or your Google home device that you're chatting with. So I just had a conversation, and I shared these things, and I said, for example, these are two areas that I feel I wish I had the desire to desire those things. And Gemini coached me through and said, hey, just start with something. Don't feel like you have to don't set a goal of 30 minutes every single day. It may feel insurmountable. Just start with a thing. But then I connected it to another I've heard this said in churches before from the stage that you can ask God to give you the desires for those things. And that it doesn't seem like a perfect equation, that sometimes that desire will come after you just start doing the thing. And then sometimes you can ask God, hey, I want to have the desire to do this thing. Will you, through the Holy Spirit, inspire me to do this thing?
And sometimes this is me trying to put it feet on the ground, practical version of how that helps is, in addition to whatever is going on spiritually and spiritual influences, when you ask for something like that, which I can't quantify, I know like saying something, especially in your head, is probably fine, but saying something out loud, like when you're praying and you're asking for something, it probably does something to you, that it puts it in the forefront of your mind. And the more you pray about it, the more likely you're to act on it. Yeah. I mean, that's a way that it helps, because I still struggle with asking for things in prayer. And I'm not saying people shouldn't do that, or that I never do that. I still do, but there is a part of me that is like, just struggling with that, the spirituality of that, as opposed to, as opposed to, but if you actually speak it out loud and pray about it, and pray out loud, I think there's something about like speaking that. It's sort of like, can I use the word manifestation? I mean, that's really a gross word, but there is some truth to like repeating things and making it more likely to come true, because it's putting it in your brain. It's like putting it in your orbit. Well,
I think that maybe the term you're referring to is self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, I was thinking of The Secret, actually. It's wild though. The Secret, like, there is like a truth to like setting your focus on a thing you want will make it more likely to happen. It just is.
Well,
there's something called the expectation effect that is demonstrably, it's been studied, where people that don't expect a good outcome are less likely to receive a good outcome. Like that's real.
Yeah, that doesn't feel controversial. Like, I mean, you can self-sabotage, or you can set goals and put your attention on something and try to hit it.
Yep.
So that's just feels like common sense at some level. Not too mysterious.
Unless Oprah talks about it, then I'm like, fuck that. That's woo.
You get a manifestation and you get a manifestation.
Good job saying that big word twice correctly. I couldn't do it 1.5 times.
But I thought about that, like the desire to desire, and it did make me start to go down this hole of like where not even where's the line, like it. I think I landed on there's a relationship between myself and God, and I'm including the Trinity in when I just say God, and somehow how I end up changing as a human, and like what needs to, like the impetus or the motivation or maybe the catalyst is the right word to what ends up changing me. So. Sure. I just know for myself, I'm like really a great starter. And then...
Oh, yeah. You get fired up.
Yeah. And then I'll run off of like adrenaline.
Then the honeymoon period ends quickly.
Yeah. Energy. And then I'll just burn out and whatever like dopamine hits I was getting, whatever serotonin levels were getting filled up, stop getting filled up to the degree that they were. And now I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
You didn't burn the groove into your brain enough to have a new habit.
Yeah.
And so you lose it, get off track.
Yeah. And so the other part of it is like, I don't know what, as you described that, like what's the relationship between desire and a habit? Like if something becomes a habit, is that still desire, or is it just in now its own new category?
Yeah, and you're doing something because it's a habit, but you don't desire to do it. And I suppose that can be good and bad. That can manifest. If you have the desire is good, you start doing a thing, but eventually you lose the desire, but you're doing the thing because you think you're supposed to, whether it's from social pressures or it can turn and you can still be doing it. Yeah.
So to make it relevant or relatable, I think guys like us in our 40s, at this stage in our careers, there's a good chance we're doing something that maybe we don't have the strongest desire to do. Our job may not be totally fulfilling, but it is checking a lot of boxes.
You're speaking directly to me.
I'm speaking to myself too.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
I live in that as well, and I think there's a lot of men who are in that experience or in that position. Like at this stage in your life, you've been doing it long enough that now you're making more money than you did when you were 30, hopefully, and at the same time, it's like this is the thing I can do that can make me the most money. It may not be the thing that I can do that makes me the most fulfilled.
Yeah. But the desire to provide for your family and put food on the table,
Yeah.
Actually, the job living in America, I think it depends on where you're at. It's what we're talking about is sort of a privilege in that the idea of like, oh, maybe I don't feel fulfilled doing this. Maybe I should do something else. Like 200 years ago, like they're laughing at us. Our ancestors are laughing because whatever you're born into, it's like my dad did this. He was a cobbler. I will be a cobbler. And that's what I do and who I am. And nowadays, like there's a lot. It's good. There's a lot of freedom to carve your own path. And you hear some British people listen to Chris Williamson, who's got a great podcast, Modern Wisdom. He talks about how there is in the UK, there is tall poppy syndrome, where it's like
Tall poppy.
It's basically like the tall poppies get cut down because the field doesn't look as good. And so if you're the tall poppy, it's like, what are you doing? You think you're better than us? And so it just kind of holds people into their place. Like your station is here. Don't think you're above it. America doesn't have that, and that's one of the things that is magical about America.
So there's anti-exceptionalism in the UK.
Kinda. It's just know your role.
There was something I remember years ago. I think Tom York from Radiohead was being interviewed, and he had said something to that same effect, like supporting that idea that in the UK, like, exceptionalism is not held highly.
Yeah. What do you think? You're a royal? No. Like they were born into that. That's you're just not that. You're this.
Yeah.
But with all that freedom to expand and try to do other things, it can come. Like I think relationships and marriages get broken up because it's like there can be a selfishness that gets built into like, oh, I can make different choices and I don't feel fulfilled in this. And life is a little hard. So I know this is not what you're talking about, but
it is kind of related though. Like it's related to the just infection of narcissism.
I desire to have what that person has
because I deserve it.
And to get that, like I don't feel appreciated at home. So maybe, that relationship looks better over there. What if I found somebody like that? Like those types of things.
Well, yeah, maybe that's mixing a few things. I don't feel appreciated at home is a different angle, but what I thought you were...
But you can start to desire somebody else's relationship. You can see a shiny object, whether it's a job or another person or another relationship, and it just seems like everything is clicking for them, and that's not going to happen for us in our context, so why don't I blow up the relationship here and move on? I mean, it happens. I don't think we're in danger of that happening, but there are versions of those little temptations that can like flash into your mind where it's like, oh, if I kept watering that plant, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, and I think that's the undercurrent of narcissism that is infecting our society. And I think people think too highly of themselves. And And there's been too many pieces of society that's telling them, you look better than you are, you're smarter than you are, and you're more talented than you are.
Yeah, or in a desire to combat depression or anxiety, when that pendulum swings too far, it is like you're good right where you're at. And there is some truth to that. Like you are where you're at. There's nothing you can do to like snap yourself out of the funk you're in. Like learn to accept who you are, where you are, but do you need to stay there? Are the patterns you're doing now? That's what often gets missed is like, hey, you're good. You know, I'm thinking of like one example that seems to be swinging back is like body acceptance, like healthy at any size, which is total bullshit. What's not bullshit is everyone has a different body type.
Sure.
Like Rick Roll is going to be 5% body fat. He was like born with that. He's an athlete, a vegan super athlete that's just ripped.
Thank you.
Like there's no
You could see in my face. I'm like, Rick Roll. He sounds fat.
Ironically,
Rick Roll.
not a lot of rolling.
I've got rolls and I eat them.
But, you know, depending on there's a healthy version of your body type and who you are, whoever it is.
Yeah.
That is a healthy thing to reinforce.
Yeah.
Where it goes too far is like,
don't pretend.
Just you're fine no matter what. And now all of a sudden, before Ozempic came in, all of Hollywood, like there was a lot of plus size models and,
but it's known as like
Lizzo got on the drug, and now all of a sudden people are like extolling the virtues of, oh my gosh, she looks so good. And yeah, if she didn't make a change, her on average,
she was morbidly obese. That's not an opinion,
right?
There's a number. You can hit a number.
She's not less than as a human. This isn't like, you know, everyone belongs and is lovable, but does that mean you're on a good trajectory that you should stay there? And that's where the pendulum swing, and it could be any other one. We have a habit of overcorrecting as a society, and then it swings back too far the other way. Like you see some of the.
You ever watch that Whatever podcast?
No, is that the one that's supposed to overtake Rogan?
I don't know about that. It's some guy named Brian. He has a beard. He always has like a panel of young women.
Oh, I've seen clips.
Yeah, you've probably seen clips of this. It's pretty popular, but he has Andrew Wilson on a lot. Do you know who Andrew Wilson is?
Remind me.
You would recognize him. He has a beard. He's a serious debater. One might even say he's a master debater.
I hope to get there one day.
He was on the podcast and basically asked the girls to go around and rate themselves 1 to 10 in terms of beauty. And it was really interesting to see each of them go around and like saying 10 is the highest, like the pinnacle of beauty. No one in the world is or ever will be as beautiful as a 10. Right? It's the top. And what I thought was weird was none of the girls went, okay, give me some like barometer. Who would you define as a 10? Or a 8? Let me know something to compare to. Every single one of the girls except for one rated themselves as 8s or higher. And I'm not going to give any of my opinion on what I thought. Andrew Wilson's response was like, you're all delusional. You're all crazy. There's no way. And one girl, she's like, I think I'm like a 6.5. And she was really pretty. And I maybe prettier than other girls in there. This sounds worse than I wanted to.
Keep digging, Andy.
The point that I'm trying to make is it's not about whether or not girls should be able to choose to like rate themselves highly or not. Like you can pick this any dimension. If it's guys saying I'm really intelligent, whatever, or girls saying that they're really intelligent, you can say it's looks, intelligence, capability, wealth, whatever those things are. The idea was that you have this undercurrent of society who's thinking more highly of themselves than they actually than what reality is. And that there's this like this echo chamber that's just feeding itself the Yas Queen echo chamber, where I don't care what anybody else says. You are
let me see if
absolutely beautiful.
Yas got added to the
Make
Cambridge
sure there's
Dictionary.
7 S's.
Yeah, continue.
But I think I believe that like part of that delusionism is related to
Well played.
It is narcissism, like a deep underlying narcissistic tendency that I wonder. I maybe I'll write an essay on this someday. Do people write essays anymore? When's the last time?
Man, Substack.
Substack.
It's alive and
maybe
well.
I'll write that. I think social media was started by reality television, specifically MTV's The Real World. I think that was the beginning of it.
That's a good call. I wonder about that scenario with the young women rating themselves. How many of them would actually...
They were all pretty, by the way. All
Right.
pretty girls. Like, objectively pretty girls.
Now, why did he say they're delusional? But my thought was, before you get to that, was I wonder how they really feel on the inside.
Because they were saying they were 8s and 10s and making comparisons to Angelina Jolie. And it's like, well, let's be realistic. Angelina Jolie was made in a laboratory.
Aunt Jelina's hot sauce.
Angelina. I mean, that's where I'm like, okay, well, come on. Let's try to be somewhat realistic here. She's not a real human being. And so to say that you're approaching that level of beauty is probably unrealistic for the normal human being.
All right. Well, what if we do this? Andy, what do you rate yourself from 1 to 10?
And Jelena.
Andy Jelena.
Um,
Just on physical attract. The wildness of attraction is like there are generally culture across all culture through time or space. There are generally attributes
sure.
that are attractive no matter the culture, which says something. It's more than just like, we just teach people to objectify. No, there's something more going on. But
all right, so this is the question all of them should have asked. Like, okay, let's set some expectations. Give me a 10, give me a 5, and give me a 1. And then I'll tell you where I think I land in that. And I'll try to be as objective as I can and try to set aside my ego as much as I can.
you're putting me on the spot.
Who's a 10?
I thought I was putting you on the spot.
My, how the turntables have turned.
That's all they know how to do, Andy. Well, this is now okay. So this is when I
Okay, let's go. I'll make it easy for you. 10, Brad Pitt. We can just get that out of the way. Okay. That one feels like that's
dude,
easy. Let's
we
just say.
finish each other's sandwiches because
Okay.
I was gonna say Brad Pitt, especially
Legends of the Fall. Brad Pitt.
He's a little older than us, but it's relatively age appropriate.
It's fine.
So, oh my God, Legends of the Fall, Brad Pitt. Yeah, I hated that guy because all the high school girls at the time were just watching the TV screen. They weren't watching me. Probably because I was wearing a bathrobe and I had acne and everything. So,
Wait, you were wearing a bathrobe?
I used to wear a bathrobe to school with clothes under it, and I had patches of bands on the back.
What?
Yes.
Were you? That is
any question you have right now. I can't give a good reason.
It's so weird that girls didn't like you.
I know.
That's so
I know.
strange.
At the time, I'm like, I don't get it. I'm a 10. Okay, so Brad Pitt, I don't know. Okay, so now we're rating.
So we just get a 5. Who's middle of the road?
Oh, his voice is a 10. Let's just stick to actors. Benicio del Toro.
Oh, you put him as a 5.
He's, his eyes are really puffy.
Oh, current Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he's been living hard, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you have a different example in mind?
I was going to pick like Step Brothers Will Ferrell.
I mean, I'd still sleep with him, but
Welcome to the
Will Ferrell's good.
gayest episode we've ever done. Will Ferrell, Step Brothers era.
Yeah. Those he had like weird pubic hair on his chest.
I'll put him as a 5.
Okay.
All right. And then a 1. Why am I answering the question?
You're not
I'm
a 1.
answering the question.
Because you're thinking of people.
I just thought of it right now.
Quasimodo. Does that count?
Sure. From the cartoon, that version?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go with that so that we're not totally dunking on anyone human.
Igor from Young Frankenstein.
There you go. Or Mongo from Blazing Saddles.
Perfect.
Candygram for Mongo.
Okay, so if Will Ferrell is a 5.
By the way, this is either delightful to people or it's totally offensive.
I'm sorry,
and
it's gone too long.
I'm here for all
Yeah.
of it. I'm here for it.
Okay. Then
All right, what are you?
I feel like I'm in the 6 to 7 range.
Okay. I'd say same. I mean, I feel like I'm above average looking, whatever that means, and doing my best. Like you, I don't have a desire to go to the gym, but I always feel good doing it, and I have enough of vanity where I want to look marginally good with my clothes off, and I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I want. That's my desire.
This is the gayest episode.
Do you have a desire for me to have that desire?
What do you desire to desire for your friend's desire?
Quick. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Just a slight flip on that. When you threw me that message, I brought it up to Lisa, and she sort of turned it on its head. And it's not a direct answer to the question.
What do you hate to hate?
Yeah. And why am I going to hate that about what you hate? She mentioned, just knowing people that want a family or want to, start what's that?
Oh, yeah.
Want a family, want first a relationship, want to start a family at an age where it's like, okay, you're on the overside of 30 and you don't have that yet. But the example she used, which is going to be private, is somebody that has past trauma and unresolved stuff that's not totally healed yet. And so they know they can't do that yet. So having that desire, but having trauma or healing needs to take place before you can manifest that desire. Yeah. Or if you do subvert or shortcut and go for the relationship, it's not going to end well because you don't know how to I don't know, properly care for yourself, or you don't know, you're not able to love yourself the way you are, so that you can love somebody else. That was kind of an interesting thought experiment, like a different twist of a desire that it's almost more torture because especially if you're self-aware that I need to heal first before I can do this thing, but that's the thing you really want. Not to mention your biology is driven towards procreation.
Well,
that's a torture chamber.
Yeah. So how many people have you known who have these just super deep burning desires, and you as an acquaintance or a friend in the back of your mind are unachievable? You would never tell them this. You would never say it to them, but in your mind you're like, dude, you can't. It's not realistic, man. You need to align your desires with something a little more realistic.
Yes. Gravity exists.
Gravity exists.
Yeah.
I gave up a long time ago on my dream of entering the NBA. Not happening.
You were even closer to scratching the itch of making money through the majesty of sound. And I'm not saying that's done necessarily, but the band you had.
It's okay if it's done.
Southern California. I mean, it's not done in the sense that we could put together, we know talented enough people to put together a cover band, make some
making
extra
a living,
scratch.
making music, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
At one point in time, I thought I wanted to do that.
And you were relatively close. Your band, Indie Band of the Year.
Yeah.
Of Orange County or whatever, which at the time had a music scene.
Yeah. Once upon a time.
Is there a music scene anywhere anymore? I don't think there is. Besides just Nashville and Austin, but that's not bands created from scratch, writing music and creating something.
Dude, we were
now everything is manufactured.
How many? Okay, was this a thing in your high school that there were bands of kids in your high school.
Yeah. And a
And you
couple
could-
good ones.
Yeah, and you would go see them play.
Yep.
Yeah, we would do that. It was Jerry's Pizza in Bakersfield, downtown. where,
Gross. Bakersfield.
it was gross. There were crazy bands that came through there. Like
Yeah.
Weezer did shows there. Rancid did shows there. And there was an underground basement. You'd go in downtown Bakersfield, upstairs to this dingy pizza place, take the stairs down into the basement, and there was this stage, and it was so freaking piercingly loud.
Because probably low ceiling.
Low ceilings, and kids would just jam in there, and we'd go to all the punk shows there. It was glorious. We
It
did
is
that
glorious.
all the time. And then our friends would be playing shows there, and that doesn't happen now.
Yeah. Because, and in a sense, it's better because it's easier. Anybody can record something. If you have a computer, there's free recording software that is relatively robust. You can make something and put it on spot. Everyone can do their own thing. And that probably killed it.
Yeah, my energy is better spent trying to create an online presence than trying to go play shows.
Yeah.
But that's where all the fun is freaking playing shows.
Or you find so many of these young artists where it's like Billie Eilish and is it Phineas, her brother?
Yeah.
You know, obviously,
If they are brother and sister.
I know, world class. They're exceptionally talented. But the lore is like, oh, they were just writing songs and like, oh, they got discovered. But
The reality
They're
is
a
the
construction.
CIA. Oh. Sorry, is that what you going to say? Oh.
I think we're saying the same thing. The CIA constructed
Yes,
them.
they constructed-
will be a psyop
Yep.
to get all the young ladies to
Billie Eilish,
wear super giant clothes.
Barack Obama, all created by the CIA. Yeah. I only mostly don't believe that.
Yeah. What you're saying is there's a non-zero
There's
chance.
a non-zero chance.
Yes.
It
It might be low, but non-zero.
I have thought that there is. So, okay, this is real. Scorpions in the 90s or late 80s, Winds of Change was a song that was written by the CIA for them related to the Berlin Wall, falling of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah.
Like they didn't write that song.
Yes.
And that song stands out amongst all of their songs ever.
Yep.
It's
And,
like-
and it was literally a part of a movement
Yes.
that the Berlin Wall came down.
Yes, it was. And actually, I don't even know if it's controversial that the CIA was involved in
I would say
producing that.
most people don't know that and they'll think you're cuckoo, but you can verify that.
You can verify it. It's if you look it up, it's not crazy.
And it's 100% well, there's a non-zero chance that wasn't the only time the CIA has dabbled with using pop culture icons to influence American interests.
What was the other one that you think of?
Where do I start? I can't think of any when you put me on the spot like that.
Oh, well, Manson. Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of them too. That Chaos book, I read that. I read most of it. I need to pick it back up. It's good.
That is, yes.
Talks about the
chaos.
Manson family murders and that, like, basically the CIA was protecting Charles Manson. Wow, so we got really
That's
interesting.
okay.
Looks what happens.
What
when
is
Jeff
this,
does a
Joe
show.
Rogan? Hey, let's talk about, how about that UFC fight last week?
There is I have another theory on this though, which is, you know how there's been a lot of talk about the incel community with males.
Involuntary celibates.
Yeah, that effectively like dating's dead. I
think they're creating voluntary celibates,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
keep going.
So there's a Miley Cyrus song. I think it's called Flowers. And the concept of the song is I can buy myself flowers. I can take myself dancing. I'm good enough. I don't need somebody else. And I think it came out right around in pandemic era.
Oh, girl, that's adorable.
But the problem that I have with that is that, like, I feel like this encourages that behavior of incels, of people, of men and women not trying to build relationships. It's like, you know what? I don't need anybody else. I'll just be by myself. I'll like right away. I'm not saying that like you being a codependent is important. I'm not saying that the person who always has to have a boyfriend or always has to have a girlfriend, that's healthy either. But at the same time, so I think the CIA wrote that for her. That's what I'm really trying to say.
That's funny.
They're trying to reduce the population.
Now that I think about it, there's probably like, I bet you two had help. You two is so intertwined with the USAID. But regardless, the incel thing.
Do you think they don't? Do you think they desire to have a relationship?
Some of them do, but then it becomes your new clan, and it's your new.
Or do they just desire?
Everyone needs. You can't just do it alone. Like the Miley Cyrus thing is bullshit. It doesn't mean you have to get married and have kids. Like some people, you will be single, but having people around you, people you can trust and rely on, they can rely on you. That's what being alone is dead. It's death. It's deadly. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned Charles Manson. He wasn't touched like for the first few weeks of his life, like no human contact.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's like literally if babies don't get touched,
yeah,
there are detrimental, sometimes fatal health consequences.
We had some friends who adopted a kid from China, and for first 2 years of her life, she was in an orphanage, and that's the thing. They don't touch them because if you touch them, then they will cry. They'll become used to like human touch and want more of it. And eventually they just
forbid.
Eventually they just stop crying. And they had to deal with like severe, deep-seated behavioral, emotional, mental difficulties as that kid was growing up. Like they never slept through the night.
Yeah.
Ever.
This is, it's, I had two thoughts in my mind. I had thought, it's funny, real-time confession, like, I'm trying to listen to you, and also I had a thought I was thinking about.
Sorry.
No, it's not on you. This is me. But you're trying to think of like, remember what you wanted to say before because it's applicable. And now after I do this, I remember nothing. So
it's okay. We'll come back to it. Miley Cyrus's flowers.
Yeah.
And you two's
the
USAID.
incel thing though, like this isn't about like you need to get married and have kids to combat the Muslims. There's a lot of that. And there's a lot. Dude, you trust me.
Is that a thing?
There are, if you, Muslims? I know X isn't real life, but sometimes it feels like it, formerly known as Twitter. There are a lot of big Christian nationalist types that are like, you need to be having more babies. Anyways, but to get biblical, since Bible is still in the title of our podcast,
okay.
Paul was encouraging people, hey, if you don't need to be married, don't be married. And I think this is my interpretation, and I think it's not unwarranted. Paul was expecting the new age to come then. And so his encouragement was like, if you need to get married, if you're burning with desire, get married and hook up. But it's better if you don't, because there's, the kingdom is coming. And Jesus said it's better if everyone was a eunuch, which is like chosen castration to eliminate all distractions, because then they could focus on doing kingdom work, which runs counter to the modern narrative. Well, not modern. It's just like biological drive to like procreate and make, expand
but
the human race.
General, or is that specific revelation?
I don't know, but my point isn't that. My point is just like there people who are single and never get married. It's not a problem. You're not broken. Just you need to find your community. So maybe some of these incels, some of them have been hurt by women. Sure. And so their reaction is like, oh, women suck. They're always going to hurt you. So I'm going to join this community of people that have also been hurt by women. Hopefully they heal and come out of that, and whether they get married or not, or have a relationship or not, hopefully they heal from that and move on and don't have that be your thing. But
there's this weird combination of events where you're having one set of the population with an overinflated sense of self and narcissism, and the other part of the population feeling beat down and underappreciated
Yep.
and a lower opinion of themselves, and it results in nobody having relationships with anybody.
Yeah. Maybe the incels need to get on the whatever podcast and they should do like a dating show with some of those.
Who was that dude? He died. It was a black dude who did a podcast or talk shows, and
I thought
You know
only
what I'm
white
talking
people did podcasts.
oh yeah,
Usually 3 white dudes.
called a podcast.
We're we're breaking new ground. There's only 2 white dudes.
Yeah, sorry. Well, 1 and a 7/8. What he would do is he would talk to women and say, "Hey, describe the perfect man." And what they would describe is, "Hey, I want a guy who's over 6'2", who makes more than $300,000 a year." And they'd name all these attributes, and he would go, "Okay, what you've described is the top 1% of men in America. Do you think that you are in the top 1% of all women in America?" And inevitably, the vast majority of the women that he'd asked would, "Yeah, of course I am," regardless of however you felt about them, whatever their standing was, whatever their intelligence, talent, whatever that like goodness level was. They would all say, "Yes, of course." And the reality is that can't be true. You can't by math, you can't all be in the top 1%.
Right.
And so this overinflated sense of self, which again, I think is fueled by narcissism, which is underpinned by social media, which
All
gives
of
you
it.
an outlet to believe that everybody is really interested in you and what you have to say.
I mean, hell, you're holding an iPhone.
And it's the proliferation of podcasts that are really...
They should have called it the me phone.
Yeah.
It's mine. Me.
He called it the iPhone.
I know,
It's
it's
for I.
It's close enough. Yeah, it's that's why dudes lie about their height on dating apps, so I'm told. It is wild, which it's heartbreaking because all you need to do is have a good conversation with somebody that maybe you don't think, even if it's a friendship thing, like you see somebody on the surface, you're judging them, like maybe they look a certain way, maybe they do a certain job, and you're like, I couldn't be friends with this person. But you talk to somebody at a party that you wouldn't give them the time of day if you saw them on the street, but you share a drink and you talk for 10 minutes about something, you realize some of the shared connections. Instantly, they look different. They feel different, not physically, metaphorically, hopefully, unless it's consensual.
But these characteristics are so superficial.
Yeah.
And they're not the things that like maintain relationships at all. Like, I wonder what that list would be if we went 100 years in history.
Yeah.
What would they say? What would women say? They would identify as the characteristics in the ideal man.
I bet we could do
How many goats does he own?
We could do a little research. That would be actually interesting if we did the homework that we're assigning ourselves now, which we're not going to do. But maybe somebody else will do it. But that is an interesting question because the reality is a woman that thinks like, oh, I need somebody over 6 feet or over 6'2". I need this amount of income. It turns out when you have a good conversation with somebody, maybe they have a good sense of humor, they're engaging, they happen to be 5'7". Maybe they're building a career, but they're not fully fledged and they don't make a ton of money. It's like you can make things work. It turns out the attraction and bonding with somebody goes way beyond just the metrics of like, hey, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Maybe they're a deeply moral person. Maybe they're really kind. Maybe they are funny. Maybe they're intelligent. Like all of these things sit outside of that. And those aren't things that fade over time, right? Like those are core attributes.
Yes. Eventually everyone's body becomes a melting candle. Even people over 6'2".
I think my feet got smaller, by the way.
Well, your feet are melting?
I don't know. These are size 11s. I usually wear 12s.
It depends on the brand.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe Adidas
depends on
run
the
a little
brand.
bit big, but I've always worn 12s. But the 11s feel. I mean, it's tight, but it feels good.
Yeah, you'll break it, man. Those are new. You'll break them,
They
man.
feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I need a man with at least a size 6.
That's probably fair, though. You probably should want a man with at least a size 6 because maybe he's not a man.
It is fat. I know sometimes depending on how you exercise your faith or think about these things, I'm fascinated with evolutionary psychology, where it's like there are real drives. Like the woman that wants a tall man is, yes, it seems superficial, but there's like actual evolutionary drives behind these. Like somebody that is, the taller they are, or if they have a deeper voice, sometimes that signals more testosterone, better ability to produce healthy babies. Like
Provide, protect.
Yes, all these things are at play. Same with men rating women, and it's offensive.
Yeah,
and it's like, but attraction there's real biological things at play, not just like, oh, I mean, nobody can just be like, oh, be attracted to that person. Well, they're not my type. Like, why not? Just be attracted to them. Do you hate that type of person? It's like, no, people have internal proclivities that it's natural.
There's a line of psychology that says that women get married for security, men get married for respect. And there's good and there's the most positive definitions of those things. Like it doesn't have to be negative. There's bad versions of it and there's good versions of it.
And there's exceptions to it.
Yeah. What I mean is, depending on, I don't know, when I said those two things to you, was your initial reaction like, oh, that's bad, that's negative? Or is it, oh,
no,
beautiful?
It checks. Yeah.
Or is it, it's just reality?
It tracks, I should say.
And so security obviously can be defined as...
It's not sus, Andy.
It's could be skibbity. Good or bad, right? It's skibbity.
Your mileage may vary.
That's the first time you said it.
I know, in like a month and a half, only because we haven't recorded.
That's the only reason. That's the only time you ever say it. But
hey, go ahead and finish your thought.
Oh, so security can show up in a lot of ways. It doesn't just mean, are you financially taking care of me? But that's a piece of it too. Are you able to like take care of me, take care of my family? Could it be physical protection? Yes. Could it be financial protection? Sure. Could it be emotional protection? Am I secure in trusting you?
Yeah.
And trusting myself with you? And for men, the respect thing, I expect maybe a lot of women may hear that and go, oh, that's domineering. You just want to be the master of the house. But the most positive version of it is
first you should say, have you met my wife, Lindsay?
The most positive version of it is my wife's opinion of me matters more than anybody else's opinion does.
Yeah.
And I want to be the person that she has a high opinion of.
Yeah.
And so that's meaningful to me. And at some level there is respect there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not, respect doesn't necessarily mean deference. It doesn't mean that like they're just laying down and subservient.
Right.
But it's like you esteem that person. And I think us as men, like we strive to be the type of person that people would say, oh, that's a good guy. It doesn't mean that guy is, I'll just say it that way. Like, I don't know, at least that's how I'm wired. I can't speak for anybody else. That's how I'm wired. I would much rather have someone say, Andy's a good guy, rather than them say, man, Andy just crushes and kicks ass and takes names and, takes no prisoners, just destroys whatever he does, and look at him. He's just a conqueror. I mean, there's some respect for that kind of person too, but that's not the kind of respect that I look for.
Yeah.
Which is why in our next podcast, when we talk about the 4 categories of idols, that's why power is not one of my idols.
Well, what if we just real quick, I sent you a tweet.
Oh.
Sorry, a post.
Okay.
I think it's worth mentioning.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to read it or do you? What do you
Yeah,
wanna
there's
do?
this guy, Adam Lane Smith. He's the attachment guy on Twitter/X and YouTube.
Which one of his names is his wife's last name?
Beta. No, but he's really
Jesse Lee Peterson.
Yeah.
Also 3 names. His middle name is his ex-wife's last name.
Oh my god, that's great. That'd be so perfect if it was. To those who know, that's funny.
Oh my gosh.
He's a good relationship guy.
Yeah.
And
I'm not just looking at my phone. I'm turning on the air conditioning.
that's fine because we are dying in here.
It got hot.
There's
right?
so much.
It got hot.
I need a man who
Oh, look what it's
produces.
cooling to.
Ooh, cooling to 69. I need a man who's 6'9".
Okay. You want me to read this before you give too much of a...
Yeah.
Okay. The quote is, I have 2 children, 3 if you count my husband. This comment tells me a marriage is dead. What other relationship death flags have you heard?
Now, there are some interesting answers that we don't necessarily need to go into now, but some of them are when I start seeing super positive social media posts,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I've mentioned on the podcast before.
My insert name of spouse is the best insert name of spouse in
But
the world
Jeff-
of spouses.
Jeff and Andy are on alert from me that if they start seeing social media posts about that, they need to grab me by the neck and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, tell me you're getting divorced without telling me you're getting divorced.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not to say everyone's like that because we're a little older. There's like oversharing or just sharing everything in general, relationship wise, is different for us than for newer people.
Listen, Zoomers, when we were kids, there was this thing called Facebook.
Yes, that's true. But anyways, like 2 days after I read that, I immediately thought of a few people that I know
Use this.
reasonably well, to where that joke or a version of it, like, oh, my child, my other child, my husband. I wouldn't say their marriage is dead. And I think this is like social media. It trains you. You have to be hyperbolic to get the
Sure,
traction.
sure.
That aside, there's exceptions to this. I will say it is like, for me, if I found out Lisa was doing that, like,
Yeah, what
this
would your
goes to
reaction
your-
be?
it's not good. Like,
Yeah.
no, I know there's some, I know I dropped the ball in ways that she wouldn't. And
That's different, though.
right.
Why?
But
So
if
why
you
would
see-
you react that way if she referred to you as one of the
Because
kids?
you mentioned you were teasing something for a future, and maybe we do. Let's talk about it more in depth on the next episode of the 4 things. What
Yeah.
are they? Mention them again.
So I didn't mention them at all, but so to tease it in the next episode, we'll talk about this. It's identifying what idols you hold in your life, and specifically like the most important one. And so the idea is that one of these 4 categories will be like a pillar of an idol in your life that you're striving after, and it is either power, honor, pleasure, or power, honor, pleasure.
Money.
Money. Yeah. Power, honor,
Now,
money. Yeah, money.
is this geared towards men
Anyone
Yeah.
could have this. Yeah.
or a version of it?
Women can have money.
But 2 days, 2 days after that, no. If you're succeeding as a husband, your wife will not have money. You have the money. That's a joke.
I like the quote from Shaquille O'Neal to his kid, where he said,
Oh my God.
whoa. We're not rich. I'm rich.
Oh my gosh. Which is great. It's great.
And it's true, kids. You're not rich.
Yeah. Shaq's not going to be a bad dad and let his kids fall through the cracks, but it's better for him to set them up to like create on their own. And
My son came up to me and told me, Dad, why couldn't we just get this?
I got to work on my Shaq.
yeah, you do.
I'll stop. Okay, so
Um,
you were trying to say
No, so that Adam Lane Smith thing about the
relationship. The marriage is dead.
yes, literally 2 days after we were in a social situation and it was referenced. I don't want to give too much away, but it was
They
literally
referred to their spouse as one of the.
yeah.
as
Are
one
you
of their
talking
children.
about which kid are you talking about? And they said it in a way where it's like my spouse my husband also. And I know multiple people where it's happened, and I'm not going to say the relationship is dead. I know them enough to, but at the same time, it's like, that's not great.
No,
I don't love that. And if it happens to me, it would be a thing where I'm like, if I found out that, Lisa said that, it's like, okay, let's talk about this.
Yeah. Why do you?
And it's possible. Obviously, I'm a human dude that wants to grow and do better.
Should we role play right now?
Maybe I need.
Hold on. Should we do this?
Are you gonna do a Lisa impression?
No, I can't do a Lisa. I don't even know how to do a Lisa impression. Unless, no, I don't even know what to do because we're not playing a game, so I can't be competitive.
But I thought you said we're role playing.
Okay, I'm Lisa. Oh man, I just got off of a really long walk. Whew.
She walks hard.
Yeah, she walks hard. Man, it was a great walk though. I feel good about it, and I've got to take some supplements. All right. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you drank all the last of the alkaline water. What the heck, dude? Am I close? Sorry.
Oh, is that when I'm being a kid? Like, oh, I didn't think about her.
No. Sorry. Okay, so this just sets it up. Yeah. You're just like the rest of the kids. Seriously. You're
drinking all of my alkaline water.
Drinking all of my alkaline water.
Just like our other kids.
Yeah, our other kids, they always drink it and they don't even think of anybody else. Just think of yourself, dude. Jeez.
I'll do better.
No, we don't have to role play. But if
I don't, my yes and muscle is not feeling great.
Well, let's make it a little bit easier because I felt uncomfortable with that too. Mainly because I couldn't think of anything. Hopefully, I didn't want to diss Lisa. I don't think those are disses.
No. It's fun. It's all fun.
People could make up funny things about me. I don't even know if that's funny, actually. But the imagine the scenario.
Lisa, feel free to leave a comment at Bros Bible.
Imagine. They're technically compliments.
Wait, don't do that. I'm inviting her to be like, in what ways is Zack a child?
Everything, they were all compliments.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
I played too much video. I played too much video games. I know, okay? Also, I work hard and try to get shit done. But, too much video games sometimes.
Work hard and play hard. A crush. Okay, I'll give you the scenario. This is good. You're in a public situation, and you are referred to by Lisa in front of other people that know you and love you and respect you. You are referred to as one of the children. How do you, in that moment, how do you respond internally? How do you respond externally?
I do zero response externally. I'm on fire on the inside.
Oh, really?
I shut down, and anybody that's paying attention will be like, "Oh, Zack's demeanor just changed."
Yeah.
And then because I struggle with conflict resolution, Lisa would intuit that there's a problem, and I would probably go home and be more productive and actually do something that she wants me to do.
Really?
When I get fired up, it's like I just need to do stuff. And so I'll start doing things that maybe I should have been doing.
Are you trying to distract yourself from your feelings or
maybe
resolving the issue?
Maybe. I mean, we will both circle back around to talking about something. Often it's not in the moment. There's not a lot of fire and brimstone.
Yeah.
But there is like a noticeable tension. But it's almost like the unhealthy version of that. Oh, they're not identifying their feelings and how they really feel, and they're not talking about it. But as we've grown together, that has become like, oh, I recognize she's pissed. We're going to give it a beat. A beat is like, let's sleep on it. And then eventually it will be talked about, as opposed to some people fight well, where it's like, we need to work this out now. And this is happening now. That's not us.
So you let the sun go down on your sins. Wow. That's not biblical.
No, letting the sun go down on your sins, it's in the Bible. It's biblical.
It says don't do it.
Yeah,
not your sins. I just mixed a couple things.
In your anger.
On your anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so you guys will bounce around it, but you're fuming on the inside.
Oh, in the moment, it would be, I'm not going to make a scene. I'm not a fight in public guy.
Yeah.
I hate it when couples snipe at their spouses in public. There's
some emotional immaturity there.
That's an unhealthy sign.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, like, it happens occasionally depending on the thing, but if it's I think we can all think of people where a spouse will undercut their husband routinely. That's not good, and that doesn't work for me.
Dude.
And I wouldn't be married for going on 22 years or 21. I have to do the math.
You're not going married on 22 years.
And we're done. No, we wouldn't have been going on this long if we hadn't figured that out.
I involuntarily made the face that I think I would have made in that situation as you were describing it. And it was like, this is the face I would have made to Lindsay in that moment. Just
like, oh, we're doing this?
Huh. Enough for you to know. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah. And then we'll have some sex.
Maybe some chicken. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, so that's the way you handle it. We, since you asked, the way that we handle it is...
no, I think I went into your house one time when that happened.
Yeah. That was the second part of it. The first part, we might occasionally have more fire and brimstone, and it will be pretty direct. But
that's good.
And that's been part of us sorting out the differences the different ways that our families had conflict.
Yeah.
My family was pretty direct, talked a lot. My parents did. Her parents did not. And so
do you think she like compensated in the other direction? Like, I'm going to be direct because I saw how my parents were passive aggressive and didn't address things.
I trained her.
Oh, you're a good man.
Yeah.
Give me a fist bump. Yeah.
No, but it is the respect trigger. I've noticed that in me because that feels like deep disrespect. And again, like if it's somebody that I don't care about who does or says something like that, then it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, screw that person. I don't care. But if it's somebody that I care about, then I'm vulnerable to that person. And there's some relationship between respect and vulnerability. And so when you violate that, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, well, if you don't respect me in public, what do you not respect in private? And
yeah.
It's for me, it's not.
Oof, that's really good. Like you're deciding to disrespect in public. How much more is going on behind the scenes?
Yeah, that's probably the last.
That's haunting.
That's the last line of output, right? What has led up to that moment? That's where it showed up.
Yeah, and if it's routine in a relationship where one party or the other is quick to throw somebody under the bus, that's what I appreciate about you and Jeff is we'll have deep conversations on the side about life and stuff and marriage and stuff will come up where there is conflict in a relationship and there's there's never like any version of the old ball and chain. You know, like barroom talk or like, no. Oh, the old lady is, rah. There's no version of that. And I love that so much.
I don't know any of our friends who do that. I don't know. I'm trying.
I know some acquaintances.
But like our core group of friends.
Yeah.
Don't do that. We don't shit talk our wives.
And if I get, yeah.
It doesn't mean that we don't explain where there's struggles. There's a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you should share where you're frustrated or hurt or angry or you're just not like meeting each other.
Or I didn't like when my wife did this and therefore
this hurt my feelings.
It's very different than the old ball and chain or any version of that.
Throwing
it's so
someone under
dumb
the bus when they're not in the room to defend themselves.
Right.
Yeah. Like that stuff's
but then when you do that in public, yeah, that's
the
terrible.
Stuff in public, we have been in the same space.
Definitely a red flag.
With people who have done that. And there's been times where I'm like, gosh, I imagine the scenario where no one else is saying anything, and I just go, "Oh, that feels awkward." How you just talk to your husband like that, or your wife like that, and just let that thing lie there to be like, "Dude, this is not the first time you're shit talking your spouse in public. That sucks."
I wish I would love to have.
It'd make it awkward forever.
Yeah.
Forever awkward, just always.
If I could just be like Mark Normand and just be like, oh, wow. Throwing the old dick bag under the bus, huh?
So that guy Jefferson Fisher, who I mentioned at the beginning.
Hey, look him up, people. He's
dude.
great.
Jefferson Fisher had mentioned like one of the strategies that he's done when someone talks poorly to him is he will just like take a breath, number one, and then responds, "Hey, were you trying to make me feel bad?"
Oh my God. Yeah.
And he describes some scenario where he's in the airport and it's a new airport. He'd never been there before and he wasn't totally paying attention and somehow got himself turned around where he had gone through security already. By accident exited and was like, "Oh crap, I've got to go back through security again right now." And he's talking to himself. There's nobody else around except for a TSA agent. And he says, "Doggone it. I didn't realize I just did that." And the TSA agent, unprompted, says, "You have no one to blame but yourself, sir."
Oh my God.
There's plenty of signs. You should have been paying attention.
You should do better.
And he said he took a breath and he turned and he looked at her and he said, "Were you trying to make me feel bad when you said that?"
Oh my God.
And he said that she just like melted instantly and that like him just calling that out shined the light right back in her own face and she realized, yeah, dick move. And he said that she changed in a moment and was just like, "I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm talking to a human.
Let me help you out."
Most of these people are cattle, but occasionally there is a Jefferson Fisher that's going to throw it back at you in the most calm way.
Yeah, the guy's more in control of his emotions than ever. I would love to find out years from now if he was just a psychopath, that we get like interior cameras.
There is a version of that, like, "Oh, are you trying to..."
I'm lying. I would not care to. Yeah. No, there's the very like what's
It's
that called?
super passive aggressive.
And that's not his move. It's just
No.
Hey,
It's
were you
being
trying
clear.
to make me feel bad when you said that? And it's like there's so much honesty there, but like control in the response.
That's actually a hack. All the 9 Enneagrams in our audience will know this or will intuit it. But if you respond with a question versus like coming back with a statement, like it forces the person to stop and think about the answer.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
Like that? Oh.
Perfect.
Oh.
Do that every time.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
A question.
Yeah.
Why are you a dick?
That's perfect.
I
You
could keep
just
going.
found you can deconstruct anything. Deconstruction is easy.
That's what you meant, right?
Yes, exactly. That's so great.
I think it'll work as you describe it. It feels foolproof to me.
Let's get out of
Should
here.
we wrap it? Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Dude, well, Jeff, we missed him.
Yeah.
And, but
May
this
he
is-
rest in peace. I just mean get a good night's sleep tonight.
May you rest peacefully.
Yes.
May he have a peaceful rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully
okay.
Dennis Pitta worked him over tonight.
All right. Well, we should have done this earlier, but regardless, hey, listeners and YouTube watchers, thanks for tuning in. This is Bros, Bibles, and Beer. I'm Andy McCraw, Zack Crater, and like and subscribe, all the things. I don't even need to say it. You know what those things are.
Figure it out.
Yeah, you've already figured it out. You already know how it goes. It does help the podcast grow. It is important. But more than anything, if there is someone that you can think of that comes to mind that this podcast you think would be helpful to them or interesting to them or piss them off, that might even be better.
Yeah.
The algorithms don't like it when you don't like it.
And
Actually, which reminds me of this saying about sound guys at concerts when you're the band.
Oh my God.
Their position, their main phrase, their like mantra of life. I'm not happy till you're not happy.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So anyway,
What do you think about that, Jeff Rogers?
yeah, Jeff Rogers. I'm not happy till you're not happy. So please share this episode with one other person. More than one. Bonus points in heaven if you do that. That's First Hesitations 3:17.
God, she will enjoy that more.
God blesses those who bless others. That's how that works.
It's biblical.
It is biblical. So yeah, send it to one other person. Good news is it can share. You can share these things easily. And the other thing is, we love the YouTube comments. The YouTube comments are great. So send us the YouTube comments, and we'll respond to some in the next episode. I promise. We'll do that.
Yes.
We'll have iPads and everything to read them out loud and respond to them.
With our own voices.
Yeah, not AI.
We will do it.
None of this was AI.
No.
Not a single thing that we did tonight.
Or was it?
Was it? No. This has been sponsored by the CIA. For Zack Crater, I'm Andy McCraw. This is Bros, Bibles, and Beer. Grace, peace.
Cheers.
Now on to the Patreon. Yeah.